Hello, everyone. Profound joy to be with you once again. And last time we talked on joyful in hope, patient in tribulation. Today, I would like to look into the middle ground in between, see what we can make out of the process that we find ourselves in. In many occasions, we can encounter issues or medical issues or psychological issues that question integrity of our faith within that process. How do we handle it? First of all, I'd like us to acknowledge the fact that God created all things, even the medical practitioner, God gave them the expertise. So do not shy away in seeking for help from relevant authority, psychologists, medical attention issues that perhaps of worries medically. So do not shy away because it's also part and parcels of the process of that recovery of dealing with the issues that question integrity of our journey in terms of when we fall into trials or difficulties that perhaps are very deep that affect our emotional well-being, psychological well-being, physical well-being, our health in general. So do not shy away from seeking professional help. Um, but let's talk about the middle ground. How do we handle the middle ground? Patience in tribulation, then joyful in hope. As we are going through that process, we are so much convinced that God will come through for us. We are so much convinced that we will make it to the next level, and that is why we are joyful in hope, why we are positively expecting for positive outcome or triumph or success or victory, victorious platform we're looking forward to. Now, it is very important to understand our fundamental basis, and that is faith. And that faith it must be seen in a cobweb of prayer, cobweb of a spiritual connection. So how do we keep ourselves healthy in that journey? Because sometimes many factors that question the integrity of that conviction might creep up. How do we handle it? And then, like I mentioned to you before, faith is very, very profoundly instrumental in times of trials. Because even in the Bible encourages us, we should not be like anxious for nothing, but in everything come to God by prayer and supplication. So that prayer is a very crucial element that we need to bear in mind. I mean, in prayer, we can be able to perhaps express our feelings to God and how we're feeling about the situation and what we have perhaps embraced in His Word that really gives us impetus, empowerment to hold on, knowing that God will fight this battle for us. So that all that can be, articulated or uh, pour out within the arena of prayer. So always see prayer as a very, very vital element in times of trials. Just learn how to let go, learn how to let loose before the mercy seat of God, and let God hear your voice. He knows what you're going through, but it's very important to let God knows about it. I remember one of my own difficult times. I was in this church running. I just find it in my own space in that church, and I say to God, just to be honest with you, I was open to God and say, you know what, God, why am I in this mess? I devoted my time with you from the age of 18, even from 9, 12, when I started to get into the journey of the kingdom. But obviously I started getting the grip of it, and towards my late teenager, 18, I would say 19, I started this journey preaching in the street of London, sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. I've seen many things happen. Then I came to God and said to God, in this time in my life, why am I in this mess? Why am I in this mess? I was very, very vocal to God, very open. And he would not believe what happened the following morning. It was in my bedroom. I waked up on the corner in my bedroom to pray, and he would not believe it's like a snow falling down in the room. It's not even outside, it's inside the room. Mystical snow falling down, and that is form of the glory of God. This is one of the encounters that I really, really, really affirm my conviction about this mystical being. It's like a snow falling down. And from that day, things changed around for me. And then, to be honest with you, my journey kind of takes a much higher terms. So I want to really use as a testimony to all of you that do not shy away from opening up to God, telling God how you feel. And from that experience, to be honest with people of God, I have seen God move me from one level to another, that I can testify of the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. So put it in your spirit and let that be your perhaps boosting factor in this study. Because God is not afraid to show up himself. That is one thing as a child growing up has made me to embrace God. Literally, as my literal father. I never had a father, but that kind of made me feel, wow, this person's welfare hanging on to. So, man, I encourage you, know that middle ground, do not give up on it. But if need be, seek professional help, seek advice. You have pastors, you have ministers. For those of you who, find it useful, go through that channel. It's very important. But fundamentally, let prayer, fasting if you can. I mean, there's various ways, method of fasting. You could just abstain from saying certain diet. Perhaps if you want to just perhaps just drink water maybe in the morning, just so they can be focused. Fasting is very important, but I will speak about fasting on a different topic or on a different date. So for now, I just want to talk about that middle ground. That middle ground is very important because that will keep our hope in joyful mode. We can have that sense of confident expectation, knowing that we are not trying to jump too far ahead, but rather we're following the process that has been given to us by God. And that is the process of getting assistance from the professionals, the spiritual help, from advice from your colleague, from anything that can help in that process. It is very important. Friends, family, they're all important in our journey. Just in case peradventure is still struggling with it, but one thing I can assure you: do not give up. Because one thing I have perhaps ascertained in this journey, that sometimes devil will present a situation that is so overwhelming that if care not taken, you think that you're not going to come out of this. No, I can tell you right now, capital no, you will come out of it. So I want you to stay strong, remain faithful, remain resolute in your journey, and also be convicted that whatever you go through, God will never leave you or forsake you. Even in that troubling time, He's there with you. He's there really telling you, my child, I am with you. You're going to come through this. My child, I'm with you. You're going to win this battle. My child, I'm with you. You're going to be victorious in this battle. So may I encourage you, people of God, be optimistic in your journey. In Jesus' mighty name. Also, like I always say, remember to subscribe, like, follow, comment. God bless you all.